Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. You're going to have to forgive me because I'm almost breaking out laughing right now because there is something miraculously happening with the channel I'm about to show you. Curmudgeon Alaska is a longtime friend. They've been with us at least a year. It's probably a couple of years by now. And just in the past 3 days, they have literally knocked a video out of the park. Now, I've been talking to Rob from this channel. He was gracious enough to let me know what was happening as it started. But if you'll notice, the very first video on this channel has 580,000 views in 3 days. He insists to me that they haven't done anything different than they usually do, and I'm hoping that what that means then is that this is a combination of a lot of the things we talk about a lot of the time. The biggest thing that I mention over and over and over, and we have for 750 episodes now, is the idea that we're not necessarily trying to make a video that everybody will like. That's very hard to do. The idea is we build a catalog of videos, and then someday, with consistency, when it's your turn, luck, if we want to call it that, the algorithm and the recommendation and the forces of the universe are going to take a couple of your videos and make them fly. And that's going to carry your whole channel. So I hope everybody will connect with Curmudgeon Alaska. They are literally building an off-grid Airbnb in Alaska. As a matter of fact, this last video that they've put up reminds me of one that I watched on this channel a while back where they were describing what flag stops are. These guys literally have to get their supplies from a train. There's no station, there's no deck, there's no dock, there's no anything else. You show up with snowmobiles or whatever you can, pick up your supplies, and then you're back out into the woods. And it really is something like you would expect off a TV show to think about that as an idea. But they have been generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters here in the Superchat family for a long time. Rob, Sarah, and Zeus, of course. And if you're not already familiar with the channel, I hope you go over there and see what's happening. Because my guess, and I have to talk to Rob a bit more, is that because this video is flying so hard right now, it's carrying a lot of other videos because some of the people are going to watch some more content from the channel. So as you can see, this literally is the most incredible growth that we've seen in the Superchat family. Couldn't have happened to a nicer couple of people. But as you can see, the subscribers are growing because of it as well. So we'll look at shorts for a second here and see what's happening with these. They've gotten into a couple thousand views and beyond. Of course, some of that Alaskan winter weather we see, and then live streams as well. So we'll be looking forward to talking to them next week when they do this live stream, because they will have a lot to talk about, I'm sure. So as you can see, look at the latest live stream. It's just a test of a new camera. Not much different than we see on most channels here in the Superchat family. And I'm just thrilled for them to be experiencing this kind of success. I hope everybody can take inspiration from that. So I hope everybody will connect with Curmudgeon Alaska. And like I said, they've been friends of ours for a long time now. But I rescheduled our streams. I'm just going to spin the wheel quickly. We'll get to another channel. M. Myers 1987. Good to see you in the house. I feel like I know that channel. I could be mistaken. But it's good to see you here. Just look at that. Scratch and PPA is going to come up right now. He knows what it's like to be both first and last in our live streams here. He is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey of 7 years now, and is always in the pole position on the Wheel of Doom. So we'll talk about his content in a moment. I'll do some pardon me, I'll catch up with the chat a little bit. So Curmudgeon Alaska is there, so thank you, Robert. I know we talked about, I'm lucky enough to talk to a lot of creators outside on places like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, things like this. So he, like I said, he graciously sent over a couple of messages to let me know what was happening. We've been doing a small amount of back and forth since then. But really, it's just watching the skyrocketing that's happening on the channel. But thank you for coming in. I promised I was going to let him know when we were going to stream next, and it's not quite a last minute thing. I decided a few hours ago today. Last night I expected to do a stream. I know I told everybody we would be doing that, and I literally thought I was coming down with a sinus infection. I had a horrible night and it was fine in the morning. So thank you for everybody for the well wishes and all that, but it's fine. And then Leonard Mountain Homestead, thank you for the super chat. I'm going to put your channel up next. It'll be a few minutes because it's going to take me a moment to get through our introductions, but we always put super chatters and memberships, super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens. We'll go back to spinning the wheel like we always do. I know we've got lots of friends in the house. Street Poet 973EO, Musgrave Family Farm is here. Big Family Expedition, I ran into them earlier today. Adventures in Gardening's here with us every day. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures just celebrated 3 years on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. I was in there yesterday. Creative Beauty Butterfly, good to see you here. Wheat's Art is in the house. I've got quite a few names on the wheel. Canadian Family Life, Corinne's Life, and Michael's Adventures, of course, are there. I Am Betty J. Gathers and Sweet Acres Koi Farm are all on the wheel. See, I'm missing some activity in the chat, too. Lisa J. Stocks is here. Jevin Richardson, good to see you in the house. Yeah, it was kind of a, not quite a last-minute decision, but my week has changed, and I find myself available to do some weekday streams, so it's okay to be late today, and then we'll do one on Wednesday and one on Friday. The Gambler After Dark and It's Me, Alec, are both in the house. Roadhog is here. Nova Real Show, good to see you in the house as well. Cosmic Adventurer is brand new in the chat today, so hopefully you're feeling welcome. Tamika Davis is here. Musgrave Family Farm, I think I said hello. Ray of Sunshine is in the house. And I don't mean to miss anybody. As long as everybody's active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. And thank you, I Am Betty J. Gathers. Yes, she has been a shining star in the Tuber Chat family for sure. Living Large with L Crew, good to see you in the house. And then, yeah, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures, I'm going to have to look into that. I know a couple people mentioned the idea that StreamYard increased their price. So I'll have to look into it, because forgive me, I haven't done that yet, and I only use StreamYard occasionally. Most of you know I use that for our interviews. We used it in the early days of TuberChat. I'm using Streamlabs Desktop these days, but I will go have a look, and we'll see if there's any truth to the idea that they might be getting rid of a free plan, but I'm uncertain right now, unless anybody knows. Angel Light Over Darkness 33, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Stitching It Up, Capturing Country Life is in the house. Heaven's Fire 18 is also here. Ace Flaw 1, Andy, and Precious Gems are both going to be added to the wheel right now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Maritz's Yarn and Crafts is here, another longtime friend, and we're going to talk about Scratch and PPA in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Mitchy Boo, good to see you in the house, and Sean's Nerd Craft Corner is also here. I've got you on the wheel now. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello. John123, good to see you in the house. So we're looking at Scratch and PPA right now. This is a creator I talk about as being a shining jewel in the TuberChat family. One of the most supportive creators that I've met, and I'll bet that anybody who has been connected to him for any amount of time will say the same thing. He goes over and above, as all of our beloved and dedicated moderators do, when we think about the idea of generosity and giving much more to others than we expect for ourselves. Scratch and PPA is a perfect example, literally seeming to be everywhere all the time. The biggest thing I hear about him is people don't know how he does it. But he's getting towards 2,200 subscribers now on his channel, and he brings us a unique twist on lottery ticket scratching. He pits 2 lottery scratch tickets against each other and gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video, pardon me. If we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do, it sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. Presentation's always been at the forefront of his mind. He's got a bright, beautiful avatar that's matched by content in the thumbnails that we can see here, and they give us a bit of a hint about the giveaways that happen during his video series as well. His banner's updated every single week, if you can imagine that, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video almost 4 years ago. So Scratch and PPA premieres every single Tuesday. I've set the notifications here. We always set notifications for everything we see. Even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel, that's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other and making sure we catch each other as often as we can as well. Scratch and PPA will premiere every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, so we have that to look forward to tomorrow. And if you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer, Hill to DC, Garden State Gardener, and a few select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. So, I hope everybody will connect with him. We'd love to push him towards the 2,200 subscribers he's thinking about. We can see that he is monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and a new membership program on the channel. And then he also expanded the content on his channel earlier this year, almost a year ago, when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts videos, which I found to be unique. He gives us a look at all the different areas he visited while he was in Italy, and then some Italian lottery tickets to go along with that as well, and his first ever live stream. So I know a lot of people will be excited to know that Scratch and PPA has expanded the content on the channel, and I hope everybody will go over and connect with him. Butler Family Farm, I've got you on the wheel. Stacy's in the house. Thank you for being here. Again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. And I am going to put Leonard Mountain Homestead onto the screen right now. They dropped a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters on the screen right away along with membership gifters. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Ray of Sunshine's making me laugh in the chat. I had to skim back to have a look at some of these comments. Yeah, I started recording a couple of clips there. I got to do a better job with those. It was kind of a test, but I've been running them for months now. But it's literally to give my voice a break. You can hear I never stop talking, right? But I say some of the same things over and over and over again. So it just gives me that extra second to kind of keep the voice going. The Bud Files is in the house. They dropped a premiere earlier today. I caught the tail end of that, I think, and then reran it. Michael's Adventures dropped a premiere a couple hours ago as well. I was lucky I caught that. That was, I got in at the last 10 minutes, and it was when I was just barely sitting down to the computer. The Numismaniac, another fellow Canadian, is in the house. I'm going to get them on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Angie's Cooking and Spree, good to see you in the house. Thanks for being here. And then, Stacy, when we talk about the idea of swapping playlists, it's a simple arrangement anybody can make. You're just agreeing to run a playlist of somebody else's videos. They're agreeing to run an entire playlist of yours. So you can imagine getting a lot of different people, hopefully dozens, to run an entire playlist of your videos. Your watch hours are really going to start to stack up. But there's a couple of extra benefits. It's really easy to do. You are only obligated to run the playlist. You know, lots of people have YouTube going on in the background and things like that. Nobody sits and watches every single second of every video all day, but you can do it when you work, when you sleep, when you eat, when you go out. another window on a computer, on another device if you have one. So it makes it really, really easy. And there's lots of people here willing to do that. So anybody can reach out to each other to swap playlists if you'd like to. If anybody needs me to elaborate, because I know I'm talking very quickly today, I will be happy to go back and describe it in more detail. But otherwise, like I said, everybody's free to make those arrangements whenever you'd like. Corinne's Life, thank you for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. She is a beloved and dedicated moderator and one of our longest standing members in the chat. She is also responsible for making a lot of the merchandise that you see around on a lot of the different channels, including my beautiful coffee mug and the other one that's on my in the background over there as well, and our stickers. It took me forever to get these things done, but I asked Corinne to do them a while ago. So there's the stickers for our copyright-free music channel and Superchat finally. And hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody in the chat. We're going to look at Corinne's channel next. She's another fellow Canadian, as is Just Jason Keto and more. I'm going to get him onto the wheel. We're going to talk about Leonard Mountain Homestead. They do a lot of live streaming. I've caught them a couple of times, and I've missed them more than once. They've got over 1,200 subscribers now, working on 1,300. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including Super Chats and memberships when we get there. They've been with us a while now, but it is a channel I'm still getting to know. They've got quite a bit of information on their About section here, talking about the idea of improving their land and showing us their animals on the homestead. When we look at videos over here, I can see them behind. I'm just going to grab the latest one, put that into a special playlist I call my catch-up playlist, and that is a playlist I use to get or keep caught up with creators. You can see from the thumbnails here all the different things they're doing with a lot of outdoor content. Then shorts on this channel have gotten into 5,000, 8,000, almost 9, and even 13,000 on one of them, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they've got one coming up tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to catch that one. It's been a couple of weeks since I was able to catch them, but again, they're monetized, lots of ways to support them when we get there, and I hope everybody will connect with them and push them towards that 1,300 subscribers that we were talking about. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. We're going to look at Corinne's Life now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Star Homestead India, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Not many people will probably like the idea that I'll tell you I often wish the summer away, but I really do. I can't take the heat like a lot of people can, and we've just finally entered my favorite weather in between Niagara Falls and Toronto, where I am. And Corinne's Life is also a fellow Canadian, but she's in Nova Scotia. Things around here have hit somewhere between 20, 22, 23 degrees Celsius. So that would be around 72-ish, not much higher than that. Kind of my favorite thing with a little bit of a breeze. When we look at Corinne's Life, she comes from Nova Scotia. Things are a little bit cooler there, if I understand her right. And this is the creator I was talking about a second ago. One of the things she does, you notice this lighthouse and anchor designs image on her banner. That's her company, and she produces merchandise like that coffee mug I was talking about. She does hats and shirts and our stickers she recently did, and just about anything that can be printed. So she gives us a great look behind the scenes of her business, but it's just a small part of what she does on her channel. It really does encompass everything that is Corinne's Life. and she might be vlogging. She did a lot of vlogging up till recently. She's done some outdoor live streaming as well. She could be cooking, cleaning. She might be indoors. She might be outdoors. She might be traveling. She does a lot of shorts on the channel as well. She's had some great success. A couple of these have some famous Canadian winter weather, getting into 18,000, 34,000, even 77,000 on one of these shorts videos. She's working on 2,800 subscribers right now, and here's an example of a lot of the live streams she's been doing lately. Most often you're going to find her working on her orders, and obviously she's got lots of different opportunities for people to be able to order merchandise from her, but she does a lot of these vertical live streams and has found a bit of success with those as well. But she live streams outdoors. She does just about everything that you'd expect when the channel's called Corinne's Life, literally. And hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with her. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator. She dropped a gifted membership, so thank you for that. Leonard Mountain Homestead, thank you for your super chat, by the way. Just Jason Keto and Moore's gifted another membership here. He's done that countless times before, so we'll put his channel up on the screen next. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters up right away, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel quickly. Marketplace Boutique, I don't think I said hello, but I do have you on the wheel. The Numismaniac is also here. Just Jason Keto and More says he prefers to mow grass over shoveling snow. Yes, I love the fall. I love the fall. And now, right around our area, I spend I split my time between Toronto and Niagara Falls. I explained that whole story for anybody that wonders about that on Butler Family Farms channel last Monday. They do a live stream every Monday. They bring on a lot of guests, but Jerry and Susan had a talk with me for about 45 minutes on their channel the other day, and I got into my whole convoluted speech about why I split my time between Toronto and Niagara Falls. But it's a beautiful time in Ontario, Canada, to be driving around or even walking around, because the trees have started to change color and the whole province just gets more beautiful over the next couple of months. But it's a magical time right now. Mike and Rihanna's Adventure say hockey season's started as well. And the Numismaniac in Edmonton has got much hotter weather. My dear goodness, yeah, 30 Celsius is no joke. Heaven's Fire 18, thank you for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're going to look at your channel right after Just Jason Keto and More. So thank you again, Corinne's Life and Jason and Heaven's Fire 18 for those gifted memberships. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another moment. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Jason's another fellow Canadian, but he's a lot closer to me. So much so we've actually met up a couple of times. I went to London for some work, and we were able to meet up for a couple of hours. And then he came down to Toronto for a meetup with a couple of other creators as well just a couple of months ago. Now, Just Jason Keto and More is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Tuber Chat family and has been for a long time now. But with his channel, first of all, he's already passed 3,000 subscribers. You know that I say that for channels of this size, there must be much to be learned from them because of what they must have already been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of 3,000. It seems to be a very telling marker, at least in the Tuber Chat family. He talks about healthy eating and healthy living, particularly when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. I'm going to grab his latest video. We talk about pizza quite often here in Tuber Chat because I certainly do love pizza. I often say I always thought my favorite food was lasagna, but I've had a lot more pizza than I have lasagna in my life, so it has to be pizza. But he's got an interesting pizza frittata here, so we might be talking breakfast. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to watch that video. Just Jason Keto and More has a ton of recipes, and the real key behind his recipes is that they are fast and literally easy to make, and they only ever feature a few ingredients. Most of the stuff most people already have in their kitchen or pantry. So hopefully everybody will enjoy those. I'll talk about his content, the rest of his content in a second. Michelin Spoiled Mama, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Michelin Spoiled Mama. And then, yeah, for sure, the Numismaniac, if you do come out here, if I ever make it out of the province, if I ever head that way, I've never been west. I've always only ever been over to Quebec a couple of times, and even then, barely and for moments. But I'm always up for meetups. I've been lucky enough to meet up with a couple of handfuls of creators, and hopefully this year I'll be able to start doing a lot more of that. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anything in the chat. And then, Just Jason Keto and More has a lot of product reviews on his channel in between the recipes. He's known for these chaffles, but he does a lot more than that. They're just a fun addition to his banner and his avatar over the last few months. He's really actually been mixing the recipes up, and I'll show you some live streams where he cooks live, and it's kind of like a cook-along idea. He also has a lot of guests on the channel, and they come in both videos and live streams to share their life experience, their tips and tricks, especially when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Once in a while, he'll unbox a GoPro or take us out for an adventure. Shorts on his channel have done really well, with a hint about healthy-looking grilling shorts here, getting into 5,000, 6,000, even 22,000 on one of these, and I've seen that one. I see a lot less shorts than most people would think. I try to watch them once in a while, but I've never seen as many as I'm sure a lot of people are. I just happen to be on a computer 99% of the time when I'm on YouTube. And then when we get into live streams, how did I miss these? Did he do... Oh, he did a live stream yesterday. I don't know how I missed that. I thought I was on all day and night yesterday. And then he's on every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. And Just Jason Keto and More almost every single week brings us either a guest or a chance to talk with Jason. He's got a vibrant community as well. When we have questions and comments in the chat, they will help and chime in as well. And then once in a while, it seems to be about once a month, he does one of these cook-along live streams, and he's managed to mix these up as well with a multicam setup. He brought out the Instant Pot for the latest one. And then, like I said, lots of guests on the channel as well. And he will head out hundreds of miles away to bring us more informative content from places like Ketopalooza. And he's expecting to be back there. For the life of me, while I'm talking about it, I can't remember when he said it was coming up. And then... yes, thank you again, Just Jason Keto and More, for that gifted membership. And then Heaven's Fire 18 did the same thing, so that's going to be the next channel that we look at. So, again, hopefully I'm not missing anything in the chat. What we're going to do right now, though, before we get to the next channel, is we'll go for a break for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, I'm going to play for you a clip from our new video interview series. And there are 4 episodes of these interviews on the channel right now. And I always play these little clips during the live streams. But the conversations go on for anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. And all of the creators that are featured are longtime friends of us here in the Superchat family, literally for 3 years or longer. All of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, you know, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of like views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was like pushed to the back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, you know, like skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well. So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together. So we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and you know, when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were like pushed to the back.
Yeah.
But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check the analytics out regularly. It does help.
Yeah.
And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. But you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Yeah.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even like scrolling up and down and like how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, like, you know, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not like go with YouTube's policies. Like, we have a lot of fun with like pranking each other and stuff like that. Like, what we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or like pranks wise, that like skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do like, say like a trend meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes we not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that like shorts really help us have like, you know, them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're like, I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
I got a quick story for the Numismaniac, if I haven't already told it before while he was here. He's got a special second channel that I'll talk about when we get his channel up onto the screen, that involves getting messages to and from Santa Claus. I have a Santa suit as well, and mine I have used a few times. I used to be a DJ 100 years ago, and I did that for a very long time. And I always thought it was the funniest thing in the world to have Santa DJing at the Halloween party. So that would always be my Halloween costume, or at least for the last few years. But when he mentioned the Santa suits getting tight, I was going to say, yeah, yours and mine both, I promise you. Heaven's Fire 17, or pardon me, Heaven's Fire 18 is a brand new channel up on the screen here. I think they've been with us before, and I could be mistaken about that, but this is the first time we've got them on the screen. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos and I'm going to put that into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here, we try to be here 3 times a week. This week we're going to do it. Try to be here at least 3 times a week, sometimes 4. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators, pardon me, from around the world in different time zones. And thank you one more time, Heaven's Fire 18, for the gifted membership as well. We always put membership gifters and super chatters up onto the screen right away when that happens. Then we get back to spinning the wheel. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And in another little while, I will start adding names to the wheel from our chat list, based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. Ralphie's Kids Entertainment, good to see you in the house. Precious Gems is a longtime friend. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Quiet listeners in the house, I'm going to get them onto the wheel. We got to watch a spelling on that channel, by the way. It took me, they've been a friend of ours for I don't know how long. Literally at least a couple of years, I think, and all this time I didn't realize there's a spelling quirk in their name there that we got to make sure we get right. If you spell it right, it comes up right away, or should anyway. Our Louisiana Life, thank you for the super chat, by the way. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And for that reason, we're going to put your channel up onto the screen next, and then we'll get back into spinning the wheel in a moment. Stitching It Up, Capturing Country Life is from Texas. And yeah, we do. Everybody on YouTube eventually has channels from all over the world. But we're lucky. We have a diverse collection of channels, that's for sure. While I don't know every detail about every single channel or every creator, I enjoy getting to know them. And so the stories hopefully get better as time goes on as well. Yeah, I should, Butler Family Farm. I'm hoping maybe even after the winter season, if I'm lucky. I'm trying to set things up right now that maybe after the winter season I'll be able to start getting a little bit farther south than I otherwise would have. Yeah, Butler Family Farm has got lots of work ready for me over there, I understand. Coffee Walks and Whatever, good to see you in the house. And Precious Gems is a longtime friend, like I was saying. So this is a channel that brings us a lot of animation and interesting music to go along with it. Most of their videos are quite short. But we're always looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer. 99% of the channels you're going to find here have videos that are at least 3 minutes or longer. If you do find a channel that's only shorts or really short videos, then our recommendation is to just go through 2 or 3 of them. It's the same 4 or 5 minutes you would have spent anyway. And I'm going to take their 4-minute video here. And just because it happens to be a Bob Marley video, I'll tell you, one of my other Halloween costumes, I always double them up. I always demand value from everything, whether it's fun or not. So if I buy a Halloween costume, I got to use it more than once. But I was Jesus a couple of times when I was DJing for Halloween parties, and Bob Marley a couple of times as well. And I had the biggest, fattest, hugest joint that you could possibly have while I would play some of the music you'd expect. So Precious Gems is bringing us variety in the music and the animation that they bring, and then shorts on the channel as well have gotten into 8,000, 10,000, even 15,000 views and beyond. So hopefully everybody will connect with Precious Gems, and like I said, they're a long-time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here. And then Living Large, yes, Ralphie's Kids Entertainment. They do sports and gaming on that channel, and apparently they got another one. And then, pardon me while I get my ducks in a row here, our Louisiana Life is coming up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Now, our Louisiana Life has been with us a while as well, and I'm still getting to know this channel, but when we look at their About page, they give us quite a bit of information. So it's a family of 5. Jessica, 2 daughters, Abby and Mallory, a son Carl, and Trey. They're located in northeast Louisiana, a little town called Winsboro. And they give us more information about how the channel started. So they've got quite a bit going on here, including lots of sports for the kids. I'm just going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I used to keep or get caught up with creators. About 4 years ago now, 3.5 let's say, we had this influx of homesteading type channels come into the Superchat family. And I group a lot of categories together when I talk about homesteading. It could be farming, ranching, gardening, even hiking, fishing, camping, and other outdoor channels, because I find the content and the generosity of the creator seems to be very similar. As well, let's look at shorts on this channel and see that they've gotten into 22,000, 26,000, and 35,000 on some of these, bringing us a lot of outdoor content, looking to be mostly in line with the rest of what we expect on the channel. They're working on 1,200 subscribers right now, and they've started live streaming, so they've already done a few over the last couple of weeks. We'll see if they're going to continue those, and I see some familiar faces here as well. It's great to see people collaborating together, especially ever since StreamYard added that feature where everybody can push the stream out onto their own channels. So watch hours are not just shared, but if you think about it, a long time ago, StreamYard used to only allow, like, you know, one person would stream, everybody would be on that stream, so one person would get watch hours. But now it's not just one person, it can be up to 10 times the watch hours, right, depending on the account and everything else, and depending on how many people are watching on each channel, let's just say. But a lot of people will watch multiple if they can, or at least have them running, if that makes sense. Home Bartending with John, good to see you in the house. I've got them on the wheel. They happen to be a member, and it's time for us to spin. So our Louisiana Life, thank you again. And yes, they dropped a super chat earlier. For whatever reason, not every single feature in Streamlabs desktop, or any other software for that matter, seems to work perfectly all the time. Once in a while we have something that doesn't register. You'll notice the list at the bottom center of the screen there has all the gifted memberships and super chats, but once in a while something doesn't show up, so it's something to consider. Quiet listener, look at that. I think this is the fastest you've come up onto the screen after being added to the wheel. I wonder if my friend Angel Light Over Darkness 33 is still in the chat. Quiet listener is working on 2,700 subscribers now. They've been with us a long time. They're giving us some information on their About section, bringing us some Native American Indian flute music. That's the beginning of the theme of the channel. They've expanded into some more content here. I can see. I'm just going to grab the latest video. This one's a bit shorter, but I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up. And then shorts on the channel as well seem to have gotten into 2,000 views, even 3,500 and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. And again, collaborating is a great way to expand your audience. Whenever you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're all but guaranteed to grab a handful of subscribers every single time, if that makes sense. So hopefully everybody will connect with Quiet Listener. We would love to push them towards the 2,700 subscribers we know they're thinking of. And KNRP Kim Polton, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Let's spin the wheel again. We're moving a little bit quicker today than we usually do. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Angie's Cooking and Spree is still in the house. Matt and Mouse is here. I'm unsure if that is a brand new channel in the chat, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. And for anybody that's brand new, hopefully you are. We've got lots of friends here ready to meet. Since we do have a handful of new channels today, I just want to mention the idea that the best success in this chat is always found in making the first move, reaching out to other creators. It's as simple as a hello. Take your time, meet people one by one. Once you have somebody's attention, you can start a conversation with them, and my suggestion is always to make the first move, do all the things you wish they would do for your channel first, knowing that they will turn around and do the same thing for you afterwards. Our instructions are always in our video description, but it starts by watching a video that's at least 3 minutes long. Very important that you watch that video from beginning to end. Very important that it's over 3 minutes. You're free to go out of Superchat and come back in. That's what people are doing all the time. You're absolutely supposed to, if you need to, if you're on a phone or whatever. And then if you get to somebody's channel, you're watching that video, you want to make sure you leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of the channel. And I recommend 3 or 4 sentences so that it's guaranteed you're not saying the same thing anybody else is, and your comment will get noticed. Then they can read your comment. That's what we mean by leaving packages and visiting each other's houses. It means you've been to somebody's channel and left them a comment. When they find that, they can click right back to your channel. So making the first move is always recommended. And thank you for coming over from Just Jason Keto's channel, by the way. And then when you connect with somebody else, the other thing to think about here in the chat is that a lot of the people who've been doing this for a long time, literally we've been here for over 4 years now, but a lot of people who've been to these chats many times before will not go to a brand new channel that they see in the chat right away, sometimes not even for weeks or maybe months, because they're waiting to see how you interact with everybody else. Everybody's reading what everybody else is doing in the chat or saying in the chat. They want to make a judgment call as to whether you might be a loyal and dedicated supporter before they will connect with you. Lewis Acre Farm Karma, we definitely see you, yes. And some of the chats, even I've been noticing it. A couple people mentioned it the other day, but sometimes you go into a live stream and the chat won't start right away. It takes like almost a minute, but it eventually shows up. I often refresh pages or devices and things like that. If you do find yourself on a channel where you're chatting and nobody seems to be able to see you, it may not be that you're blocked. There's common glitches out there. You could just reach out to a moderator or the host on another social network like Instagram or Facebook or something and get it sorted out that way. It's easy to fix. It's just a small headache that we all deal with. So AceFlaw1 is up on the screen right now. This is Andy. He's actually been with me for about 5 years. It's long before Tuber Chat was even a thought. I'd already been on YouTube for a couple of years and started to get introduced to a few people in the small YouTuber community. And I was overwhelmed by the generosity of these creators willing to support each other in the ways that we still do today. And after 750 episodes of Tuber Chat, Andy is still coming around to support other creators as often as he can. Often every stream, as a matter of fact. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for 3 hours every time we stream, but I always appreciate every moment everybody can spend. Now, AceFlaw1's working on 5,200 subscribers right now. He brings us travel-based content on his channel. He posts occasionally right now, usually once every month or two, but he's got some shorts over here as well, and these have gotten into 1,700 views on one of them. It's still getting views, I think, here and there. So hopefully everybody will connect with Andy, AceFlaw1, and Mr. Planet Prophet. Good to see you in the house again. Thanks for coming in. I remember the other day you were mentioning the idea of having... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. You were mentioning the idea of having other channels, and this one here doesn't have any content. I'm just curious. Oh, I see what you're doing. If you don't mind, I'm just going to ask for you to come in with the other, with your main channel, because here in Tuber Chat, a lot of people probably won't connect with you when they see that you've got one channel, like, directing people to another. It's just an idea, because I often say the same thing whenever we have somebody come in that's got more than one channel doing that kind of thing. Aaron at Lawson, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in, and let's spin the wheel. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Tiffany's going to be happy. Canadian Family Life is a little bit ahead of us in time, so it's a little bit later for them. I'm in the Eastern time zone, so it's getting on 11 p.m., but it's much later for her. Working on 3,600 subscribers over here. Canadian Family Life is one of the fastest growing channels that we've seen in the Tuber Chat family over the last 4 years. The biggest reason I believe for that is because of the support that Tiffany gives to others. They also literally seem to be everywhere all the time, not to mention they're in all of our streams. I don't think they've missed one since finding us a year ago. Or actually, it's longer now. Canadian Family Life has a brand new video, and this features the container garden that I always talk about on their channel, because I was amazed. Look at how immaculately organized and well kept this is. You can tell just from the rollover there. I've spoken about that ever since this channel found us over that year ago. But you're going to find a lot more on the channel. There's a lot of grocery hauls, a lot of cooking videos. Tiffany and her husband Chris, we're going to look at his channel in a second. They've done a couple of these cook-offs now. They also do a lot of live streaming, shout outs for other creators. They get the whole family involved in the channel. They did a really good job with their intro video. I can't remember how long ago that was. Oh, I'm looking for it here. They did a new intro video for the channel. If you look through their videos, you'll find it, or search on the channel for a trailer. And you can see on the banner here, they've got the whole family involved. They've got shorts over here as well, 2,500, 2,800, 5,500, and then live streams on the channel as well are frequent. There's I Am Betty J Gathers, and they did this the other day. We'll see that on her channel as well. That's, again, that StreamYard system where both creators are able to push that out. Canadian Family Life goes live occasionally, usually once or twice a month. So we'll be looking forward to more, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I think I missed a channel coming in. Mountain Grandma, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And when we look In the first challenge, eh? Chris's Creation Fun is her husband's channel. And it's interesting when we talk about that container garden, because you see right here he's working on a grow light for that. Now, he started with 3D printing on this channel and got into some do-it-yourself videos, fixing the 3D printer, working on some solar equipment, and he's got a few shorts over here. One of them's already into a few hundred views. He's long past his first 100 subscribers, so we'd love to push him towards the 200 we know he's going to be thinking about. And then stitching it up, capturing country life. So what happens is, over the course of the stream, based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation, I add names to the wheel, and then eventually, as those names come up, which is random, we put them on the screen and talk about them. So it's time for me to add a name from our chat list right now, so I'm going to do that with Big Family Expedition, actually. And then usually as the stream goes on, we're here for about 3 hours, we start to add more and more, and I've got a robot in the background here called Streamlabs that keeps great statistics. It's not just about how long you're here, but how active you are in the chat. It makes a calculation in the background, and I'm able to see who's active and then add names accordingly. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then Superchatters and membership gifters get added to the screen right away. We let them skip the line, but it is not necessary. Nobody needs to give a super chat or be a member to get onto the wheel of the screen. It's open to everyone. It just takes a long time. We've been at this for a few years now. And then Fun Dining in Alberta. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone, like I was saying. And Tales Told in the Dark, good to see you here as well. Oh yeah, Fun Dining in Alberta. In our early days, I know you're new here today, but in our early days, we used StreamYard. I still love that system. I use it for our interviews, and I use it occasionally here. But I switched to Streamlabs a long time ago. I like to know how all the different systems work, so I basically try a little bit of everything. But Streamlabs Desktop, the only reason I use that instead of OBS, which it was built on originally, is because Streamlabs has the ability to schedule a stream, and it keeps track of the stream keys. You don't even have to know what a stream key is to be able to use it, so there's no mistake that can be made. You just literally like click a menu that shows you all the streams you've got coming up, pick the right one, and it does all the work for you. Hugo Homestead, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. They've been with us a few years as well. And Matt and Mouse did their first live stream with StreamYard yesterday. We're always happy to hear about people who start live streaming, because it's very rare that anybody ever does just one, so it's usually the beginning of something. And then, yeah, I'm going to have to look into that, the Numismaniac. A few people have mentioned that recently, the idea that they raised that price. And now we heard today, I think Mike and Rihanna's Adventures mentioned the idea they might be getting rid of the free plan. We'll have to see about that. And then, yeah, stitching it up. We're usually here for 3 hours if we can be. I've got industrial grade internet where I am, so it usually doesn't cut off. Knock on wood, of course, because it actually did the other day for a second. Unless there's something like that that happens, we're usually here for 3 hours. Almost all the time, and usually a few times a week. So let's spin the wheel right now, and we'll see who's coming up. And there's Comidge in Alaska. That is the channel we started with today. They've got a really fantastic story going on with their channel right now. They put out a video just 3 days ago, and it's already got over 500,000 views. A traditional video, if you can believe it. So they are really riding an incredible wave. When we looked today, it said, 19,000 subscribers. So they gotta be just on an emotional roller coaster. But I'm sure everybody here will be thrilled for them, and I'll be looking forward to hearing more about the story as that video continues to roll, to see what the analytics say and see if we can learn from them. And then the new Miss Maniac is going to be coming up. Another fellow Canadian from Edmonton, Alberta. Right before we look at that channel, we're going to go for another break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play for you another clip from our interview series. There's 4 episodes available on the channel now. These are all conversations in an interview style where I asked for the creator's opinion without giving a lot of my own, so we could really hear what they have to say, even if they're not all saying the same thing. And the conversations go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. They've all been longtime friends of us here in the Superchat family, at least for 3 years, and they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So, Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, you know, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's like, you know, thanks for watching, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also, if I'm talking about a specific thing like the slot pool, I'll say, you know, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience.
Yes.
The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things. So everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, you know, have you ever eaten this? What you put, you know, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. You know, does sugar go on grits, sugar or salt? So that's always, you know, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, you know, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro. If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, you know, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, you know, hey guys, you know, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is where we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because thank you, you have an interest in this particular topic.
Okay, we're just about back and going to look at the Numismaniac, another fellow Canadian. So I know a lot of people are on phones and don't often get to a computer. My imagination tells me that most of us are on a computer, but the analytics here in the Superchat channel actually say that about 70% of people might be on a phone. So it might be a little more difficult to have a look at some of the information you want to see because the computer lays it all out in big screens and everything else. When we talk about the idea of comments, whenever you leave a comment that the YouTube system suspects either might not be real or might be repetitive, or for a myriad of other reasons, might hold your comment in a special section called Held for Review. And what that allows somebody to do is it doesn't necessarily call it spam, because it might not be, right? In Superchat every day, probably every day, I get a comment from somebody on one of the live streams or a community post or something that gets held for review. That shouldn't be, but that's just the algorithm or the YouTube system working a little bit harder than it needs to, let's just say. So what that does is it prevents really nasty comments and stuff from being displayed on a channel, and you can play with the settings a little bit if you really dig through the community settings to see how aggressive YouTube's going to be about that, but it's really out of our hands. So if somebody's insisting they've left you a comment and you don't see it, we need a little bit of time. Sometimes you have to remember there's 2 billion people or whatever it is on YouTube now, and the servers are all over the world, so it can literally take more than a second for a message to get from one place to the other. And then the other thing too, there's not necessarily a right way and a wrong way to connect. There's lots of other growth streams out there. When we started 4 years ago, there were hundreds of them, if not maybe thousands. I don't know how many there are now. I got a couple friends that still run a couple of the originals and this and that. But we talk about things like dancing with each other. We talk about bananas on a lot of them and this and that. But not every stream does exactly the same thing. Here, we're very focused on friendships and moving slower than any other growth stream. So not necessarily is that true, but I'm just saying that's the goal. The goal here is not to connect with as many people as we can, as fast as we can. It's to connect with the right people who are going to be supporting literally months and even years into the future. To give your channel a strong and solid foundation, if that makes sense. Jesse Miller Unboxings and more. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. So not every creator is going to understand every bit of terminology. Like I said, there's lots of people out there who used to say, let's bake together, let's dance together. I can imagine there's a million other ways to talk about it, or, you know, I'm leaving you bananas or other things, right? Here, we're just literally focused on friendships. We do say, hey, I'm visiting your house or visiting your place, or I'm going to be over, you know, in your area, and I'm going to leave you something. And that just means we're heading to the channel and leaving a comment. Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. That's a channel that shows progression over the years that we've been friends. I think they've been with us for probably 3 years now. It's got to be close if I'm mistaken. But if you look at that channel and see what he's doing, especially with live streams lately, it is just fantastic. You'll see a truly dynamic creator. Another is the Numismaniac. He's a fellow Canadian from Edmonton, Alberta. And I always find it interesting when I find that I have little things in common with people. He mentioned the idea of scouting in a particular video I'm assuming is on the channel. I happen to be a Boy Scout as well when I was a young lad. I wish I could remember what city it is. My father might remember. I don't remember, but they're in Ontario. They did the Worldwide Jamboree, and it was just fluke. I just happened to be a scout at the time. Right place, right age, everything else. But I managed to get there, and you meet different people from all over the world. So it's interesting, all the stories that come through organizations like that, but it's not surprising to hear about the Numismaniac being a scout back in the day, because they get involved in a lot of community organizations by the look of it on their channel. And from what I've learned about this creator so far, not to mention the idea that giving much more than they expect to receive to others seems to be truly in this creator's heart, and you'll see what I mean when I bring up their second channel. We talked about it a little bit earlier. They've crossed their 1,000 subscribers now, which is great to see. I know a lot of people will be excited for the Numismaniac. He's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here with us for a couple of years now. I'm just going to grab his latest video. This one's quite short. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with him. But if you dig through his videos, you'll see that I catch them sporadically because he's been dropping daily challenges. He was for a long time there, the whole summer, I think, and maybe beyond. But if you dig through the videos and get a little bit farther along, you'll find plenty of videos well over the 3-minute mark that we're looking for, as well as some shorts over here as well. Some famous Edmonton winter weather there. One of his shorts has gotten into 1,700 views now, and then live streams on the channel as well. So there's plenty here. If you wanted to, you could just connect with any video from this creator and then just drop a live stream replay into a playlist and let it run after, and that will help out, of course. But the Numismaniac talks to us about numismatic collectible coins, other precious metals, and other collectibles as well. And a lot of live streams on the channel. He's always got StreamYard panels happening here, and a lot of other creators helping out, but a lot of history on the channel as well. I caught him right in the middle of what felt like a history lesson the other day. It can't be this 2 months ago. I thought I caught him on something else recently. So like I said, 1,000 subscribers, and I'm going to show you his second channel, Santa Claus North Pole Canada. He's known as the Skipper on his original channel, but when we get over here, he's brought us another channel with a really special idea where he's able to get messages to and from Santa Claus. And he brings this channel out, first of all, in July. He literally does Christmas in July, which I just learned about this year. But he brings this channel out in and about the Halloween season, which we're just about to enter. And it's very active. So these videos are really, really cool. You can imagine what it's like to hear directly from Santa Claus. And he's almost at 300 subscribers over here as well. So I hope everybody will reach out to Santa Claus North Pole Canada and the Numismaniac. You will find similarities between the channels, as I'm sure you can imagine, but I think it is a really cool thing from this creator. Danforth Avenue Wellness is in the house. That's Amplified Cake No Eat Meat Day with Cherry. Good to see you here. And Joe Mouse Creations is in the house. I don't know if I saw you come in earlier, but it's good to have you here. I've got you on the wheel now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then... yeah, I'm that particular name I feel like I should be familiar with, but I might not be reading it right to catch it. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Butler Family Farm managed to take over our Stream Boss position a while back. I didn't catch that. They're coming up right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, I think that's the first time I caught Joe Mouse Creations today. Earlier today, I caught them on a live stream. And then follow the Bradley's Fun. Good to see you in the house. There's Santa Claus North Pole Canada in the chat right now. Everybody can connect with that channel too if you'd like to. I'm sure everybody's got somebody in their life that can benefit greatly from messages sent to and from Santa Claus. Butler Family Farm brings us an interesting take on what I call homesteading. They've actually got 116 acres of farmland and all the livestock to go along with it. Bees, I'm sure the bees have to be gone by now, right? I'm assuming so, or close to it. The bees they've had on the channel for a couple of years now. But they also have cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, as well as dogs. They literally show us all around the property and take us, actually they take us off the property too. They show us everything that it takes to look after 116 acres worth of farmland and everything that goes along with that. They're outdoors, they're indoors. Sometimes Jerry's in the shop. Jerry and Susan share the camera work on this channel. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and they're just over 13,000 subscribers right now. So the other day I joined Butler Family Farm on their live stream, and they do these every Monday, so I was there with them for this particular live stream. And you can go back and watch that replay if you wanted to. They were on for a little while, and then I came on for the last 45 minutes or so. And we were talking just YouTube. They were talking, mostly Susan was actually asking me a few different questions about some of the things I talk about here in Tuber Chat frequently that I don't have time to elaborate on, some of the stories I tell and touch on and things like that. So it's always fun to talk to them. I've been on their channel a couple times now. But after we were finished that live stream, Jerry and I were still on in the background. For those of you who know what I'm talking about with StreamYard, you can cut the stream off and keep talking. And we had a little bit of a conversation. He let me know about the promotions he's using to help push the channel a little bit. So it's definitely a legitimate way to boost your channel faster. So it's something that he's willing to share information about as well. Now, Jerry and Susan will introduce us to a lot of different creators, sometimes in StreamYard panels like I talked about here, but they're also willing to head out hundreds of miles away to meet up with anywhere up to 80 channels worth of creators and supporters in places like the 10 Killer meetups and the Mid-America meetup and things like that. Shorts on their channel have gotten into 12,000 views and beyond, one at 50,000. Which is great to see, and like I said, they're monetized, so hopefully we can push them and get them rolling on the road to their 14,000 subscribers now. And Jerry and Susan, Butler Family Farm, of over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. For some reason, I keep putting Just Jason Keto and Moore's stickers away. He's given me a couple of different things, and I've put them in a special place so that they won't get ruined. But Butler Family Farm sticker sits right on top of my stack of the Tuber Chat and the copyright-free music channel stickers. I've got a whole pile of these things here, and for some reason it remains there. Next up, we're going to look at my dear friend Michael's Adventures. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Now, Michael's Adventures is a beloved and dedicated moderator here, and he works a typical, it's not a 9 to 5 job, but it's a 5-day a week, gig and this and that. And he can't be here for every single stream, but he goes as far as to make sure that I remember to let everybody know that he's thinking about us on the days that he can't be here, but he's here for every stream he can be. He's been with us almost from the beginning. Him and Scratch and PPA came around the same time within the first 30 or 35 episodes, I think, of Tuber Chat. These creators, along with our other moderators, are all incredibly generous people. I've been lucky to get to know each of them. And they're all dear friends of each other as well. They all have different channels. They all do different things. One of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. For that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. Cabrar Gaming, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then when we look at Michael's Adventures, we talk about premieres. He actually drops a premiere every single day. And if he's not working that day, he drops more than one, sometimes two. He's even gone as far as 3. That's how he's managed to amass 3,700 videos on his channel between shorts and traditional videos. These average anywhere from an hour to half an hour to an hour lately. He posts every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, and then today I think he dropped one, a couple of hours ago. I was lucky I caught it. I wasn't expecting it, actually. And then Michael's Adventures features nature and especially wildlife on the channel. He's always a couple months in advance with his premieres, which is a great idea as well. It gives the YouTube algorithm and recommendation system lots of time to let his videos percolate, so YouTube can push them out to the right people when it's time. He's got deer, foxes, raccoons, bird watching on the channel. Sometimes he takes us out for a walk around video, and I hope everybody will encourage him. When you get to Michael's Adventures channel, if you find one of these walk around videos where he's telling a story and giving us a look around the area, I hope you'll give him some heavy comments over there. Let him know we want more of those as well. He sometimes will give us a drive along, and lots of stories to be told. He takes us on vacation with him when he goes away and things like that. He's got shorts on the channel as well. Lots of lottery ticket scratching here, a bit of variety in some of the shorts, and then a tablet with a slot game on it as well. It's done well at 6,000 views. So hopefully everybody will connect with Michael's Adventures. He's now working on 1,500 subscribers. And I know he's willing to help with watch hours. He goes over and above when it comes to the idea of not just swapping playlists, but running lots of videos and lots of playlists for other creators. So I hope everybody will connect with Michael's Adventures. We'll spin the wheel. We'll see who's up next. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Stitching it up, capturing country life. Thank you so much, Jose Fantasticville. Good to see you here. Hopefully, I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And then always, I mention it many times during the course of the stream, but the best move is always made when doing for others first and more than we wish for ourselves. So when we want somebody to run our playlist, the best way to get that done is to offer to run a playlist for somebody else. The best way to get somebody to come to your channel and do the things you want is to go to their channel first and do the things that you wish they would do for you. Our instructions are always in our video descriptions, of course, or our live stream descriptions. I am Betty J. Gathers, another dear friend. This is another creator who's been with us about 4 years now. Momo, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I see you don't have any content on the channel. I'm just curious if you are a creator or a supporter, but we'll keep an eye on the channel for a quick second there. I am Betty J. Gathers, is a dear friend, like I said, of about 4 years now. She's mixed up the content on her channel a little bit, but she typically talks about living her best life over 60. She gets into a lot of talk about healthy eating, healthy living. Intermittent fasting is a common idea found both within her vlogs and live streams. She takes us about her day and will bring us both into her home. She could be cleaning, she could be shopping, she could be doing a product show, as you see right here in the rollover as well. I am Betty J. Gathers, always motivating, always inspiring. You can see truly a dynamic creator. And her shorts are a perfect example of that, getting into 9,000 and 10,000 views on ones that feature the creator. So that's interesting to notice as well on the channel. Of course, she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And she started doing a lot of interview live streams now. She's got quite a few guests lined up, most of which are familiar faces here, but I'm sure she's going to introduce us to some new friends as well. And she does a great job of keeping up with the chat and keeping up with the conversation while her live streams go on as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with I am Betty J. Gathers. Like I said, we'd love to push her towards the 2,400 subscribers that she's thinking about. And then thank you, Momo, for that. Hopefully everybody's feeling welcome here in the Tuber Chat live streams. And then they're thinking about content for the channel. So that's cool, because as you support creators, you're building up. I can see a audience for your channel, and they'll be ready for you when you start posting content. So it's great. Lots of creators contemplate what they're going to do before they did it. I remember early days of PA coming into the chat. We now know and love that creator as Scratch and Pete PA, but I knew him for a while before he started making videos. He was here in the Superchat family, and then my imagination tells me that he really put some consideration and contemplation into what he was going to do before he started posting videos. And then the Scratch Challenge series of videos was born on what I believe was January 1st of that year. And then Home Bartending with John is up on the screen right now. Another incredibly generous, loyal and dedicated supporter. This creator happens to be a silver member, so they're here with us. We see their channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, whether or not they are here, but they're here for just about every stream anyway, as is Sweet Melissa, Coastal Girl 707, so it's good to see you in the chat. When we look at Home Bartending with John's channel, he is going to teach us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of his own home. We don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what he's got here, but he will show us what it takes to keep a bar like that replenished and the tools we're going to need behind the bar to make some of our favorite cocktails, even in different variations. Sometimes he will give us 3 different recipes for different drinks based on different either cultural differences, geographics, or I imagine most of it comes from movies and television where we know the term shaken not stirred. For instance, sometimes people like their beverages with a bit of a twist. So Home Bartending with John will cover all of that. He does comparisons, he does collections, he'll bring us low-calorie cocktails, non-alcoholic mocktails, and a lot of product reviews as well. This creator also has gotten into some shorts videos, and one of these still gets views today. He's at 2,500 on one and 8,500 views on another one, which is great to see. And Home Bartending with John's been with us for as long as I can remember. He's been with us at least 3 years. I think it's 3.5 by now. And working on 600 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. Live streams he's done in the past, we'll see if he's going to bring those back. And hopefully everybody will connect with Home Bartending with John. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Joe Mouse Creations is coming up right now. Maritz's Yarn and Crafts. I hadn't put you on the wheel yet, but I'm getting you on there right now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Together we travel. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And I caught Joe Mouse Creations today on live stream for the first time, so that was cool to see. And they were doing kind of an auction, right? We talk about these because now we've got, I think it might be as many as 10. But certainly more than 5 creators doing this kind of thing. And it's a popular niche and category on YouTube. What happens is a lot of creators will get together, and I think they all do stream panels as well, like StreamYard panels. So different influencers or creators get involved, and then they put items up, describe them, talk about them, and then you can bid on them during the live stream, which is really, really cool. Shorts on the channel have started. They're getting close to a couple hundred views. They'll get more and more as they post more and more, I'm sure. And then they've got quite a few videos here for us to see and get an idea about the channel right away. So hopefully everybody will connect with Joe Mouse Creations. We'd love to push them towards the 400 subscribers that they're thinking about. I hope I said hello to Jesse Miller Unboxings and More. I'm not sure if I actually said hello to you. I know you've been here for a while. It was funny because this weekend, I don't know why, all day Saturday I felt like it was Sunday. And I know that Jesse Miller Unboxings and More drops her premiere at 3 p.m. And I literally was looking from about 2:30 on and didn't see it ready to go. Even when 3 o'clock came, I was flipping the page to see and refreshing if she was going to drop it. And it wasn't until the next day that I was like, oh, no, today's Sunday. So then I was able to catch her premiere. But all day Saturday, I thought it was Sunday for no reason at all, or was confused. Big Family Expedition is coming up next. What we're going to do before we look at that channel, we'll take another break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes right before we do that. I'm going to play one more clip from our interview series. There's 4 episodes on the channel right now. And again, these are videos, but I've got them listed as a podcast and in a playlist so that you can go through and catch them all. The conversations in an interview style go on from an hour to 2 hours, with each of these creators who have been longtime friends of us here in the Tuber Chat family. And the most interesting thing is that they've all passed their 10,000 subscribers. We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course, but I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, what I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight, and the 0 to I think it was 82 was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at 4,000 subscribers aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and will bring it up, and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting. Every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
Alright, we're just about back. We're looking at Big Family Expedition, and it looks like a video we've been waiting for was dropped about a week and a half ago. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. This is an interesting story because we saw a channel with a similar idea a few years ago. They're still friends of ours, actually dear friends. I've gone and visited them in a real-life couple of meetups. And Big Family Expedition is the second channel we know of taking a bus and turning it into a custom RV. This story is a little bit different because this is a family that had already been living on the road. They settled down for a little while to add another family member into the mix, and they're ready to hit the road again. So I'm looking forward to seeing this video. And Big Family Expedition's been another family of generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters here in the Tuber Chat streams for a while now. I've seen them out supporting other creators frequently as well. One of the things I hope is that eventually they'll do more live streams, because I still to this day never caught them for a live stream, and I don't know how that was. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. The only excuse I could possibly give you is that I usually work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and usually have late nights on Thursdays, if that happens to be right. But if they do more live streams, I'd like to catch one. So we'll see. We got our notification bells on, like I said. Shorts on this channel have always done well. 2,600, one at 10,000 views, which is great to see. And they give us information on their About page about the channel and the family. This is where I get the information from, of course, and then hopefully everybody will connect with them and push them towards the 900 subscribers we know that they're thinking about now. We'll spin the wheel, get another channel ready to go. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. The odds seem to be ever in your favor today, Lawless World TV. You just came in and I put you on the wheel and you got picked right away. We never know. The wheel is always random, right? So Lawless World TV has actually been with us for just about every stream lately, although it's a fairly new channel to me. I think they were a friend a while back and then started making frequent appearances again and have changed up their content. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. Looks like they're out at a car show here. We've got lots of creators in the Tuber Chat family that will enjoy a video like that. We've got a good handful of friends that go out to different types of car shows like this of all sorts. As well, they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got shorts over here getting into 3,300 and even 5,200 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. So I have yet to catch them for a live stream, at least lately, but like I keep saying, we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. Thank you, Mountain Grandma. See, we usually don't do streams this late, but I expected to do one yesterday and then was not able at the last second, and then so my week has really taken a turn. But it opens us up for the opportunity to have an extra stream. So we'll do one on Wednesday. I'm expecting 4 p.m. Eastern, and then Friday 1 p.m. Eastern. We've been doing a few of those lately. Rushing Wind Mountains in the house. I got them on the wheel. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. The Bud Files is up on the screen right now. I just caught them for a premiere, I think, earlier today, right? Another car show it was, actually. And then I think I caught the tail end of it and then reran it. When we look at the Bud Files, we see that this is a family of creators, actually. They've really expanded the content in their channel over the last year or so. They started as modern-day archaeologists. The idea is to uncover history and digitally preserve it in video. video, which they do. They actually bring shorts and live streams into the mix as well. So there's a lot of history on the channel, including their Way Back Wednesday series. And then the Bud Files have a little bit of variety now, getting into other outdoor excursions. And then when we get over into the live streams, we see that they often invite us into their home as well. They take us out for adventures, and the whole family gets involved here. They could be singing, they could be dancing, they could be playing a game, they could be taking us out for an exploration of a abandoned location, a graveyard, a cemetery, or they could be bowling in the house, which I can't stop finding amusing. And then shorts on the channel bring a lot of variety. This is where we really get to see the examples of variety that come onto the channel now, getting into 3,400, 5,000, even 15,000 views on one of these. And then let's spin the wheel again. Hopefully we can push the Bud Files towards the 2,300 subscribers they're thinking of. And Ashley's just asking a question in the chat. When you want to add a description to your video, how do you create a hashtag with a channel name? So if you use an @ symbol, you can mention a channel, and while you're typing, YouTube might start bringing up names for you. So it's the @ symbol that does that. Hashtags are similar to what we find on Instagram, or sometimes people use them on Facebook, especially Twitter, I think, made that popular. Hashtags, you just don't want to use too many. The absolute limit would be 14. YouTube tells us if we use more than 15, they're probably going to ignore them all. Most creators just use 2 or 3 for everything, but it's just an idea. I'm not saying I'm right about those either. So forgive me if I'm not understanding the question quite right, but if you want to add a channel name, you do that with an @ symbol. Or you can just dump their link right into your description if you want to talk about a channel, and then hashtags are their own thing. But hashtags, I think, on YouTube were something they were trying to push, and it seems to me that they were not getting the utilization, if that makes sense. Not many people were using them as much as they probably thought everybody would. Now that's just my imagination telling me that. I could be way off on that. Everybody can give their opinion. As a matter of fact, just for fun, let's do a poll. Do you add hashtags to your videos? And we'll see what everybody has to say here. Oh, and then, yeah, the late stream, we don't do a lot of late streams just because my week changed. Usually what happens is I work outdoors during the good weather months. So about, 8 months of the year, I work outdoors Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm in the Eastern time zone, and our sun is setting probably around 7 o'clock, maybe a little bit earlier now. Used to be 9:30, right? So we lose a minute and a half a day. And eventually it'll be like 5 o'clock. The sun will go down and things like that. So that makes my work days shorter and gives me much more opportunity to stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But if you think about that, on Monday night, I often don't stream because I'm getting ready for work the next few days. So usually we don't do them at this time. But I always have to mix up the days and times. And we're expecting rain for the next few days. So my week really took a wild turn. Oh, and then Kaiser Gaming YT. Yeah, Jiu-Jitsu is something else. I thought about that. I think I've got a few years on Chris over there. But I wonder about that stuff, if it's just far too late for that kind of activity. And then Maritz's Yarn and Crafts is up on the screen. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Maritz's Yarn and Crafts is another longtime friend. And they're long over their 1,000 subscribers now, so they let us know on their About page they're going to do crochet, sewing, drawing, painting, gardening, thrifting, and travel. They like to try new things, and I can see I'm quite behind in their videos, actually. I'm going to have to grab the latest one. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with them. It's just a fun playlist I use for that. And then Maritz's Yarn and Crafts is getting ready for the fall season. We can see they're far ahead, actually. And then when I dig over the thumbnails, you get an idea of all the different things that they feature and make. And then when we get into shorts on this channel, we see that these have started to move as well. 500 views on a couple of them and one over 800. So as they post more and more, they'll likely continue to grow. One of the biggest things that I probably don't mention often enough is the idea that, you know, we talk about consistency, right? And videos drive a channel. Traditional videos are what typically drives a channel. You can get some great success in bursts of views for shorts, and some of our friends have had some success with vertical live streams lately and things like that, but shorts usually get their views and then trail off, and sometimes they get a second boost, but that's about it. Live streams don't get nearly as many replays in 99% of cases as we think or wish that they would, or think they do or wish that they would, if that makes sense. But videos drive the channel, and videos have the opportunity more than anything else to like have a good start, and then even a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road just start to take off. And I've seen it over and over again on channels that I both touch, run, or see. And when we think about that, that can relate also into the idea of shorts. If we can post them with any kind of consistency, when a couple of them start to move, you might find that the recommendation engine is pushing a couple more out to people who've seen them. Pardon me just for a second, I'll be right back. For anybody who haven't already, pardon me for that. I just needed a quick second there. Intrepid, it's good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. That's another longtime friend. Oh, that's cool. Makeup Mom and Son has a short that's still getting 50 views every couple of days. That's really cool. It's uncommon, it seems. Corinne's Life has had great success with that. I've seen another couple of shorts that continue to get views. Actually, we talk about them here when I have a channel up on the screen. I can't remember every number of every video, of course, but sometimes you'll notice I always go to the shorts page and I look at the most popular shorts. So this one's had over 800 views for a while. But my guess is that if Maritza's Yarn and Crafts posts more shorts videos, eventually that one at 839 will get more views as well. Because that's what we typically see, is more of anything pushes the rest, if that makes any sense. The only exception is live stream replays, where I really haven't seen any exceptional situation where somebody does a live stream and then it's still getting thousands of views, you know, into the future. It's possible, just uncommon from what I've seen myself. So hopefully everybody will connect with Maritza's Yarn and Crafts, and we'll spin the wheel and we'll get one more channel ready to go. Rushing Wind Mountain is coming up in a second. So what we'll do right now, we'll take another break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes, but I'll make this a quick one. And then we'll come right back and we'll look at what Rushing Wind Mountain's got going on. All right, we're just about back. I'm just getting some names onto the wheel. Right now, because it's a later stream, things are working out in a situation where we're going to be able to get to more channels than we usually do. Now, I just took a few names off the wheel, so if any of our members are still listening or watching that haven't been seen yet, just please say anything at all in the chat and I'll get you back on there. Crystal Sparkle, thank you for grabbing that membership, by the way. I'm going to put you onto the wheel right away. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Rushing Wind Mountain is Ruby. You notice that they are mentioned by name often in our chats. They've been with us for years, and they literally are here for every single stream, for which I'm grateful. They're working on 4,300 subscribers right now, and this is a creator that gives us information on their About page about what we can expect. I can tell you right now that they bring us a lot of pleasing visuals and audio to go along with that. It could almost be described in the ballpark relating to ASMR when we think about pleasing audio and visuals together, but they give us a lot of wildlife and nature from the Pacific Northwest more than anything else. They post frequently, and you can see the videos they drop as premieres are lengthy as well. They get into shorts over here. These have gotten into 11,000, 12,000, even 16,000 views. If you dig through enough of these, you'll find some humorous moments with some of the wildlife, of course. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they've experimented with quite a bit of these. I forgot about that super moon. They were calling it the blood moon, right, a few days ago. And pardon me, Rushing Wind Mountain has done a lot of vertical live streams as well. So they've found some success with these, and they've experimented with a few different things. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. Obviously an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Sean's Nerdcraft Corner, thank you for being in the chat. I'll get you back onto the wheel. I took a few names off earlier. And then I don't think I'm missing anybody. Duchess of Darkness, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, I keep mentioning the idea that I work outdoors a few days a week, and when we're in a work truck or in the work trucks, at least one of them has a radio in it, so we still listen to the radio when we're in the work truck some of the time. They were talking about it and calling it a blood moon, but don't forget, I'm in Canada, and we might have different ways of describing things, even though Canada and the United States are so similar. You know, I love the feeling of crossing the border. Something comes over me and I can feel that I'm like in the States when I'm there, but it's really, you know, not that much different than Canada. They just have more of everything than we have. And that comes to like companies and products and things like that. But we might have just different ways of describing things. But I could be mistaken, or the person I was listening to could be mistaken, and I really didn't look into it and even look for an opportunity to try to catch it on video or anything like that. Adventures in Gardening is up on the screen right now. There's another channel that's with us regularly. They've changed the name of the channel several times, but they've got a couple of new videos. I'm just going to grab the latest Nature and Garden update. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep using to get or keep caught up with creators. There's other variety on the channel, and the channel continues to change and grow, and then hopefully everybody will connect with Adventures in Gardening and push them towards the 1,300 subscribers we know they're thinking about right now. They got shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 1,600 and 1,800 views. We get an idea of a lot of the outdoor content here, and then they did a live stream a couple of months ago. That's probably an idea they'll pick up again in the future. They got a second channel here called beyond retail and more. And then when we look through this channel, this is still evolving. They've changed the name here a couple of times as well. And when we get into shorts videos, we get an idea of what they're bringing to us here. Biggest thing I can tell you, of course, this is a creator that's with us just about every single day. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. We're moving faster now. So my guess is that we're going to get to more channels than we usually do. We can stay up to another 45 minutes or so if everybody would like. Lewis Acre Farm Karma's coming up. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So Lewis Acre Farm Karma is going to describe their channel along with their husband Logan. They give us a lot of information about the channel, talking about the idea of self-sufficiency. Lots of our friends talk about that along with preparedness. I'm just going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. They've got quite a few videos on the channel now. Actually 132 in total, including live streams and shorts. When we look at these, we see that they've gotten into 1,500, 2,500, even 6,000 views and beyond. And a familiar face over there, Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. And then live streams on the channel. So they got one coming up tomorrow, or sorry, Wednesday. Wednesdays this is coming up. And 250 sub celebration, even though they've long passed it now. And they've got a Meet Me Monday series where they're introducing us to other creators in an interview conversation style. And that's been going on for a while and is a feature of the channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with Lewis Acre Farm Karma. They're also here with us frequently, and I run into them regularly supporting other creators when I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams on other channels. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I caught Cabaret Gaming for another live stream yesterday, was it? Or Saturday? And they were doing a different kind of live stream. We're going to look at Sean's Nerdcraft Corner right now. There's Cabaret Gaming right there. And I've got Ashley on the wheel as well. And then I will continue to add names as we need them. I always add names when we get down to like 5 or 6. Let's see what that poll had to say too. We'll see, yeah, 75% of people are using hashtags in their videos, video shorts and streams. And Sean's Nerdcraft Corner is up on the screen with 145 subscribers. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels over weeks and months by hanging out in premieres, live streams, and watching videos. I get to know the content on the channel. And then if you want to connect on the outside social networks, anyone at all, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. In the shorts on the channel, they've gotten into 500 views, one over 1,000, which is great to see. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they're playing a lot of American Truck Simulator. We've seen that on other channels, and they've got some StreamYard panels going as well with some collaborations with other creators, which is great to see. So we'd love to push Sean's Nerdcraft Corner towards the 200 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. And then we'll spin the wheel, and Bella's Whisper Farmstead is coming up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at Bella's Whisper Farm pardon me, Bell's Whisper Farmstead. This is Kristen and Mike together. The thing that I've learned about this channel more than anything else is that they really put consideration into the videos that they're going to make, and then they really do a thorough job. And I've enjoyed probably every video that I've watched from them. So there they are together. That'll be interesting to see. I'm going to put this video into my catch-up list so I can see the one they put up a couple of days ago. There's a few that I always talk about on the channel. I caught her with the... she was feeding the chickens the other day. This one here was the video. I forget if you dropped that as a premiere. I happened to be there. Maybe I'm mistaken, or I saw it after. I thought I was there. And then the tiny house tour I talk about all the time. And this one here, where they talk about the cost of a full cow, and the beef breakdown, how many refrigerators or freezers it takes to hold that, which I was amazed at. But that's... an example of some of the thorough jobs that they do on the channel. Shorts over here have gotten into 2,200, 2,600, 3,300 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. So I'm hoping that I will catch them again if they do some more. It's been about a month, but we'll see if they're going to do some more. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. Wheats Art is in the house, or back in the house, and Nana's World 053, good to see you here as well. Looks like Cabarar Gaming's coming up. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. This is Cabarar Gaming. They're another longtime friend. I think they've been with us close to 4 years as well. They're working on 4,500 subscribers now, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Margie's Crafty Corner. Thank you for continuing that membership. I thought you were already had that today. And then have Cheetah Will View. Good to see you in the house. I got Margie's Crafty Corner back on the wheel right now. Cabarar Gaming brings us video gameplay more than anything else, and you can see all the popular titles. They tend to do series lately, so they're doing almost like walkthroughs, but they mix up the gameplay. Lots of Grand Theft Auto. That's my game of choice, of course. I've played all the different ones from 3 and Vice City all the way up, and then they've got some other popular, there's Pokemon there. I can't remember if they played Stardew Valley or not. I talk about that game all the time, The Italian Job. Lots of other popular titles, and then shorts on the channel as well are an example of some of these doing well. 15,000, 46,000, 72,000, and then live streams on the channel as well. So Cabarar Gaming, I caught them the other day. Was it this live stream maybe? I thought they did a talking head video that I caught them for. And they do a lot of video gameplay as well. So one of these I caught them for the other day. But lots of video gameplay during the live streams as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Cabarar Gaming. They've also got a second channel called Cabarar Vlogs and Adventures. This is a channel that features vlogs, obviously, along with tech and tutorials from the same creator from Cabarar Gaming. I'm just going to grab their latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. Lots of informative content here. Verging on intermediate to advanced level in some of the tutorials, and then 900 views on one of the shorts, and then some more live streams, chase and watch hours here, bringing us some interesting animations. So we'd love to get them towards the 1,300 subscribers they're thinking of. And then, yeah, I haven't done a late show like this in a long time, have Cheetah Will View. My week took a turn. We're expecting a lot of rain in my area, so I'm not going to be outdoors. So I thought it's okay. I meant to do a live stream yesterday, and I thought I was coming down with something. I had a horrible night. I thought I was getting a sinus infection or something. I'm allergic to everything, and the weather always sends me into a frenzy. So anyways, it turns out, no, it wasn't at all. So we've planned a stream for today. We'll do one Wednesday in the late afternoon then one on Friday in the early afternoon. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. It's different today. You can feel it's different, right? Because a lot of our friends, especially, our friends in the UK can't be with us. Maybe one or two have come in today. But, it's way past, 5 in the morning for them right now. And then even our friends on the East Coast, on the Eastern Seaboard, it's past midnight already, long past midnight. When we look at the wheel, let me make sure I'm not ripping somebody's turn off. I got to spin right now. What we'll do is we'll take a break for 3.5 minutes, and right before we do that, I'll play one more clip for today, the last one for today, but it will be another 3-minute clip from our interview series, and there's 4 episodes on the channel, and all of these are conversation in an interview style, but all of the featured creators have been longtime friends of us here in the Superchat family for at least a few years, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Superchat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. So always. And there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways, but they will know somebody that's scale modeling and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, in the weekend, and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of chat, whatever it is.
There you go.
And so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 Models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here, and you've doubled that number. You're still growing now. So
it's very slow growth, because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back, and now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back, but I needed the break. I really did. And I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yep,
definitely
improving over time.
Improvement is and also it's good, it's edifying for yourself. It really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. It's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure. jump on a little bit quickly here and ask you guys if you want to hear my first world problem of the day. I noticed the talk about the tablets and browsers and stuff in the chat. So over my lifetime, I've owned 3 different tablets. One of them was a Samsung Galaxy Tab 3 that I bought for myself about 10 years ago. A few years ago, Kristen got me a Huawei, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's a 10-inch tablet. It was like a great one at the time. It's one of my best performing videos, was unboxing that actually. And then recently, this past Christmas, she got me another Amazon Fire tablet because I wanted it for something. I'm working on video games in the background. Some of you know that I do some computer programming and this and that, and I aspire to have games on the App Store again. I've, done it before, but I want to put out some quality material someday. That's my aspirations for the next thing. But anyway, when I'm using these tablets, one of the most frustrating things that I found is no matter what you do, you can't seem to get, or at least I couldn't seem to get, 2 things from YouTube running on the same tablet. Even when you put them in split screen view, and then you try to run a browser on one side and the YouTube app on the other, or 2 different browsers, somehow it knows. And I don't know why it does that with a tablet, but it won't do it with a computer. A computer, I can run 4 windows at a time or more. You know, Pete mentions, like, I think you can do 6. You could probably do 8. You know, you guys see how I line up my windows sometimes, right? I'll put them like this, and you can easily start to get like 4 things going on a screen and keep up with everything and read everything with no problem. I've got 2 screens here, so that's why I'm whipping all my windows around like this. But you know what I mean. And it's so frustrating because you wish that it would be just as easy. Why can't you just let me do 2 things at once on the same tablet? But I couldn't get it to work. I have to admit, I didn't break my back trying, because I've always got another phone or something around, right? Most of you can tell I'm probably older than you thought I was. Older than you think I am is what I usually say. But I've had, by now my share of phones and things like that. But I'm usually on a computer if I'm on YouTube, 99% of the time. So Marketplace Boutique is up on the screen right now. There's another creator who I run into constantly when I've got my different windows open, bouncing in between premieres and live streams, supporting other creators. Marketplace Boutique, actually, I haven't mentioned it in a while, but one of the most impressive things about this creator, in my opinion, was the idea that I was running into them after they first came into the Superchat family, supporting people I did not realize they'd already connected to. So over and above when it comes to the idea of being willing to go out and support other creators. Now, the creator behind this channel is Jody. She gives us a lot of information on her About section. She's been in e-commerce since 1998, and she shares with us the secrets to buying and selling, sometimes buying a collection of something, splitting it up, and she is an expert when it comes to platforms like eBay. She even takes us shopping to show us how she finds some of the things that she turns around and sells. She's working on 1,400 subscribers right now. We'd love to push her a little bit closer towards that milestone. I've got her latest video into my catch-up list that I keep talking about so I can keep caught up with her. She's got a great video here, eBay favorite sold. So this gives you an idea of some of the things you can sell. As well, she is going to bring a little bit of variety. She'll take us for a ride along. She'll take us out on the water. I'll show you that in a minute with the live streams. But she's got some shorts here as well. And she's doing what a lot of creators are doing here in the Tuberchat family, regardless of category or niche of the channel, bringing variety into the shorts video. She's done well here, 12,000, 14,000, 19,000 on one of them, and then live streams as well. So when we look at her live streams, often she's collaborating with Backyard Trucker, but sometimes she's on her own, and you can see all the different things that she's doing in these live streams as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Marketplace Boutique, and she obviously is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and happens to be monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Jessie Miller Unboxings and More puts out at least one video a week, always on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. She does them as premieres, and she's got a lively audience in her live chats as well. She unboxes a lot of different types of things. Some of them are subscription services. A lot of them have to do with crafting, but she really can get into just about anything, including stationery, jewelry, bath and beauty products, and when she gets into the crafting ideas, she actually shows us the different things that she makes often with some of the crafting supplies that come along. This week's video was some interesting stickers. And there's this thing on Kickstarter that I've been watching. So sometimes I'll get notifications, either advertisements on Facebook and things like that, or different ways that probably emails and this and that, because I watch a lot of Kickstarter stuff. If anybody hasn't seen Kickstarter, what it is a website where people can come up with projects. The perfect example is, let's say there's a band, right? Like a bunch of musicians together that want to put out an album, but maybe they don't have the money to pay $10,000 to get into a studio and record it, and that would be on the low end. So what they do is they go on Kickstarter, which is just a website. They send their audience over there and they say, hey, if you guys will put up the money first, we can produce our album. And then what they do is, like, let's say you contribute $50, they might send you a hat with the band's logo on it. If you send them $70, they might send you a t-shirt with the band logo on it, or something like that. But if you look at Kickstarter, it's interesting, but there's this thing coming out now, and what it is similar to, those of you who know what a Cricut printer is, that prints different things, like, for instance, stickers, and then it can cut them. I haven't used one, so I haven't been through the process, but these guys on Kickstarter are coming out with this new thing. I can't remember for the life of me what the name of it is. A weird name, Leine or something like that, but it's a sticker printer and cutter. So it comes out with little pages. They're not even like an 8.5 by 11. They're smaller than even my notepad here, but just barely, and you can make your own sticker sheet, which is really cool. So you can make your own stickers, you can cut them out, like, it'll cut them perfectly for you, and then you can use them. But I thought about this because of Jessie Miller Unboxings and More's latest video. She does a lot of things like that and collaborates with other people as well. She's got shorts on the channel that feature a lot of the things she finds in her unboxing videos. We've got some stationery here, bath and beauty products there, snacks are even included, and then jewelry, of course, and then live streams on the channel as well. Now, she goes live every month or two. She's probably due for one very soon. I forget if she said she was planning one. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that. 2,200 subscribers is the next goal for Jessie Miller Unboxings and More. She is monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats, super thanks, super stickers when we get there. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Sweet Melissa Coastal Girl 707 is coming up right now. She's with us for just about every stream as well. Let's see if I can find this thing. Okay, forgive me. We're going to talk about Sweet Melissa in a second. This is what I was talking about. So there's Kickstarter. So the name, I don't know if I got that right, L-I-E-N-E. Anyway, you see what this thing is, right? So you make your stickers, and it cuts them as well in the perfect shape, which is really cool. I think it said it's coming out at $200, and I'm assuming that's US, and then it's going to move up to $300 apparently. But anybody can look into that. I just thought it was really, really interesting, because on YouTube, we're almost all thinking about stickers of different types, right? So a lot of creators do sticker swaps, where, you know, you send me yours, I'll send you mine, and then they send a, you know, a note in the mail with their sticker, and I've been lucky to have been sent several. So, Sweet Melissa, Coastal Girl 707, we're going to talk about Mona Did What. Good to have you here. Fairbrick Studio, good to see you in the house. And when we look at what Sweet Melissa Coastal Girl 707 is doing, it's interesting here because she does a lot of unboxing videos as well, or product reviews is a better way of putting it. She lets us know on her About page she belongs to a lot of product review and product testing sites or programs, and then she brings the products onto her channel. These are Sweet Melissa Coastal Girl 707 probably has the biggest variety in products that I've seen. Everything from snacks and food to household products, bath and beauty products. So this is really cool. And then I'm just going to grab her latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list here. She posts frequently. Sometimes she puts out like 3 videos a week, I think. And then shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 2100, 7100, like most creators, putting variety into her shorts videos here, and then live stream. So she's done one as an experiment. We'll see if she's going to keep those up. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. Lewis Acre Farm Karma will be excited to have picked up that gifted membership from Mona Did What. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Mona Did What is another longtime friend. Thank you for that gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. And Mona Did What has a really vibrant live stream going on her channel. So it's no surprise that almost at 6,600 subscribers. The last time I caught her for a live stream, I was kind of amazed actually at how many people were in there. I'm trying to remember how long ago that was. I didn't think it had already been over a month. I got one here 2 months ago, one month ago, and maybe that was the one, or here, no, 2 weeks ago. There we go. Yes, I caught you 2 weeks ago for one of these. So she's got a vibrant live stream. You'll meet lots of friends there, and lots of StreamYard panelists come on with her. Mona Did What, obviously a dynamic creator and monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And she likes, she talks about quilting, and then using scraps to make other things. These are just words I'm taking off her About section right now. But one of the things about Mona Did What from back in the day that I remember, I say back in the day, but it's literally, she's been with us, I think, a couple of years now. When she talks about quilting, I'm very interested to see how things are made. And it's probably because of us in the Tuber Chat family and my interest in so many different types of channels, things I may not have ever searched for, but now have seen. And so I describe to people, when you get new people coming to your channel, you might be making a fan of those people, of not just your content, but of the genre or category of which that content is, if that makes any sense. And what I mean is, like, so here, for instance, quilting. Somebody comes and watches a video from Mona Did What, and I'll describe why I find it so compelling. But they might then seek out other quilting videos just to see how it's done. And sooner or later, you find yourself watching 5, 6, 7 of these things, and now you got a bunch of channels you subscribe to, right? So Mona Did What talks about mistakes, how to avoid them. But one of the most compelling videos I've seen on the channel was when she was talking about how to fix them. And that's really, really cool, because I think for anybody that's watched any amount of quilting, you're going to like understand there's a lot of work that goes into this. And she's got the tools and, you know, very knowledgeable, even though she says she's new to quilting. I didn't realize that. I may not have read that on her page when she says, I'm fairly new to quilting. I may not have known that all this time. I'm just going to grab one of her latest videos. I'll grab the longer of the latest two. I'll put that into my catch-up list just so that I can stay caught up, or at least somewhat. Then we get into shorts videos over here. She's having a good time here with 10,000 views. That's no surprise based on that thumbnail. And, you know, YouTube put out a video a while ago where they specifically told us we are not going to be able to change thumbnails on shorts videos this year. And then only weeks later, they dropped another video saying you can now change thumbnails on shorts. So I don't know what was up with that. But that's an exciting new thing that we can do. You have to use the app for that on your Android or iPhone. And then, like I said, live streams from Mona Did What. So hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. Thank you again for another gifted membership. We always put membership gifters and super chatters onto the screen right away when that happens. Then we get back to spinning the wheel. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So Ashley is, I would like to say new in the TuberChat family, but she's actually been with us a few months now. She's here for almost every stream. 104 subscribers right now, so it's good to see. She's probably got that locked in. And then she's got a lot of shorts on the channel. I think she's bringing these over from things like TikTok. I don't know if she's doing Instagram too. But this creator's already gotten into 400 views and beyond on several of these, which is great to see. Obviously another dynamic creator. Always enthusiastic in the chat. And hopefully everybody will connect with Ashley and push her towards the 200 subscribers we know that she's thinking about as well. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Makeup Mom and Son is another dear friend and another beloved and dedicated moderator. So I mentioned it before, but every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members the same way we do here in TuberChat. Nana's World 053 is saying, if someone does watch hours for you, will you see it on your channel? So you'll see the analytics, but when we watch the analytics, and if somebody says hey, I just watched 5 of your videos, and you try to look to see if the analytics are going to give you 1 more hour, the analytics in YouTube are always off, and watch hours don't often register for 3 days. They tell us that 72 hours it can take. The numbers can actually drive us bananas. So my recommendation is a little bit contradicting because I'm going to say I hope everybody reads the analytics as much as you can stand. But not necessarily every day and certainly not multiple times a day. If you have a video that's really flying, like what we saw from Curmudgeon, Alaska today, then yeah, you would expect, you're watching the analytics because you're seeing the video go from 100,000 to 200,000 to 300,000. You know what I mean? That's exciting. But when we're watching our watch hours go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, it's not as exciting, right? And I don't want anybody getting too worried about the numbers. Everybody who wants to be monetized can get monetized. And it doesn't, I don't want to say it's easy because it's not, but it's easier than it ever has been because we've got a vibrant community now of supportive creators who have been through this, willing to support everybody on the way up. So I promise you, channels are getting monetized faster than ever before. So hopefully you find that motivating or inspiring in the smallest way. And then Makeup Mom and Son is up on the screen right now. She's got an interesting video here because I saw this. I think it was Unstable TV did this as well. Oreo Coca-Cola versus Fanta Haunted Apple. So that's a different one. She did a different take on this. But this is an example of some of the things that we don't get to see in Canada, if not for these videos, because our American friends have 10 times, it seems, the flavors and, you know, experimental products that never make it here. So this is really, really cool. And so it's Coke Zero, it seems, an Oreo Coke Zero, so that's got to be interesting. I was drinking actually a peach Pepsi the other day, and somebody saw that and said, like, wow, they have peach Pepsi? I'm like, I don't know how they did it, but they really did make it taste like it's got peach in it. So it was something else. But Makeup Mom and Son is now working on 2,100 subscribers. She does a lot of unboxings and product reviews lately. Subscription services, she mixes those up and unboxes those for us. But a lot of taste test challenges as well. And then when we look at Makeup Mom and Son, she started with makeup and a lot of get ready with me type videos. And she's done a lot of interviews and a ton of StreamYard panels. I've been with her countless times, both on her channel and others, for StreamYard panels like this. There's Corinne, we saw her earlier today. There's Caden, we're going to look at his channel in a moment. Makeup Mom and Son, helping out Son with the channel. And then she's got interviews on the channel. She expects to bring these back, but she has both interviewed quite a few people in the Tuber Chat family, including myself, for which I was honored. And then as well, she introduces us to some new faces we might not have otherwise seen. And then she's got shorts on the channel. You get an idea of some of the elaborate looks when it comes to the makeup that she does. She does really well with series like Vlogtober, thinking about Halloween, or Vlogmas, thinking about Christmas. Unstable TV Shorts has to have like their ears ringing. I just mentioned them seconds ago because of the latest video from Makeup Mom and Son doing this Oreo Coca-Cola, and I thought it was them that I saw that come up, and I actually think it was an Instagram reel, but I might be mistaken. So Makeup Mom and Son, like I said, her son's got a channel as well. Caden Plays It, and this creator has gotten some help from Mom, of course, but they have done some video gameplay on the channel, as we would expect. There's some Roblox right there. They got shorts that bring a lot of variety. One of these has hit a couple thousand views, which is great to see. And then videos on the channel as well, with a little bit of product reviews here, and we'll likely see some more video gameplay like this here. So hopefully everybody will connect with Caden Plays It. We'd love to encourage this young creator towards their first 100 subscribers. Unstable TV Shorts in the chat right now. The clip that I played from their interview that's on our channel was talking about their shorts, right? Talking about their shorts channel. Actually, I just looked the other day and I see that you've got some shorts on your original channel now. So that'll be a follow-up afterwards. And then, thank you, Crystal Sparkle. I'm sure I get confused. I actually really embarrassed myself. I hope I haven't lost a friend, because another channel came in one day, and I gave a whole description of a different channel. They both happen to do makeup, and I confused one for the other. And I got through the whole description before they said, no, 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 that's not me. And I was embarrassed. I was like, oh, how could I do that? I try to learn over time. And of course, the channels that are here most often that we're putting up on the screen are the ones I see the most. When we do, you can imagine I run more videos than I watch, right? I try to watch as many as I can. When I can, I'll sit there for an hour or half an hour. I always use that playlist that I keep talking about. I'll show it to you right now. My catch-up playlist here. And what I do is I reorder the videos. So I'll just do this and start spreading them into the shortest ones at the top. So you can imagine when I get a chance to sit there for half an hour, and actually watch videos, then I can watch the maximum number, right? I can watch 20 videos in an hour easy, because I'm watching the 1, 2, and 3 minute ones at the beginning. Then getting into the longer ones and live stream replays and stuff like that afterwards. So hopefully everybody will connect with Makeup Mom and Son, and Caden Plays It. And then Crystal Sparkle, yeah, and thank you for asking. I have a P.O. box. I took it off the Tuber Chat channel, and I'm going to take it off of my personal channel. I haven't taken it off there, but it's in the About section right now. The reason I'm taking it off, a few people have sent things, and I'm very grateful for that, but it's probably a better idea in a lot of cases. I happen to be in Canada, for people to mention that they're going to send something. I know surprises are fun. I love surprises as much as anybody else. But I got into a situation where somebody meant to send a Christmas present. They sent it by FedEx, and FedEx followed up with an invoice that said you owe us $60 now. And that's going to be a fight that's going to be ongoing for a while. Not the end of the world, of course, but you wouldn't want that to happen too many times. Otherwise, it starts to become a disaster. So it's better for me to interject because I'm in Canada and so many people are unfamiliar with shipping across borders. If you haven't done things like Amazon or eBay or things like that, it might be a new thing. So it's just an idea. But, you know, things like that are absolutely unnecessary. I always appreciate that kind of thing. And, you know, I did get the sticker so I can eventually do sticker swaps and things like that. But, you know, there's a million ways to support people that don't have to involve money or gifts or presents or other things, right? When we show up for each other, when we watch each other's videos, those thumbs up, the comments, and all that stuff helps more than we even think it does, right? So many people, I promise you, are in the Superchat family now that have channels far beyond what they expected they were ever going to have when they started. And, you know, I'm thrilled about that every single day. And then forgive me if I'm missing anything in the chat. And then, yeah, I have, but I do have I think the P.O. box is still on my personal channel if you wanted to look at it. But thank you for that. And then Margie's Crafty Corner is up on the screen right now. So we'll talk about this channel. I think I'm not going to do another break. If anybody's still in the chat that hasn't been seen yet, just please be active for a second. I've got time for a couple more channels. I don't want to go too far over time today. One of the things we have to think about is our moderators, and I have done just a butcher of a job this weekend trying to plan streams, because, you know, it's not just your moderators, people who want to support you. They're trying to help you. And here in Superchat, I've been doing the streams as pop-ups for the longest time lately. No schedule. I let the moderators know when the streams are going to be, but sometimes with no notice, like today, only with hours. If you can imagine, like, you know, we've got a lot of moderators that show up as often as they can. Scratch and PPA is here for every single stream, and I don't know how he does it, especially when it's short notice, you know, and then we start to go overtime and things like that. You got to think about, you know, everybody who's trying to help. Everybody's got other things to do as well, and this is why eventually I capped the streams at 3 hours. You know, it was an hour when we started. It grew over the years, but 3 hours is as long as my voice can take, but we think about our friends as well. Nana's World 053, I'm going to get you onto the wheel. Unstable TV, I'm going to get you on there as well. And we're talking about Margie's Crafty Corner. She does interesting live streams. Now, when I see a couple people or a few people on a StreamYard panel, like what they're doing here, and I recognize some of the creators, right? Like Dawn Yarndall there, she's on all the time. What I will do is I will either pick... I try to remember who did I pick last time, so I'll go in one stream and not the other. I usually don't watch the same stream on 2 channels at a time because I want to be out, you know, supporting other channels as well. But I either pick the one that I didn't see last, if I remember right, or whichever one needs the extra viewer. So if somebody's doing a stream, they've got 13 people and the other person has 7, I'll go in the one with 7, you know what I mean there. And then Margie's Crafty Corner's working on 1,300 subscribers. Monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support them, including Super Chats and memberships when we get there. They talk about crochet and paper crafts. They also have stitch markers on the channel. They do those StreamYard panels, which are vibrant conversations with other creators, as you can see. And when we look at shorts, we see that these are starting to move. And as we post more and more of anything, they all start to get more views and they all start to move farther and faster, if that makes sense. I'm just going to grab the latest video too. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. It looks like it might be a humorous video for us to see. And then you get an idea when I go do the rollovers here about the different types of things that Margie's Crafty Corner has got for us to see in her videos. So hopefully everybody will connect and push them towards that 1300. I'll spin the wheel and we're going to start to move a little bit faster. I'll try to race through these channels now. And thank you, Nana's World 053. Yeah, consistency is great when we can get there. And I always recommend to everybody to try to get to a place where you can put out at least one video a week. If you're not already there, that's okay. You just want to get there as fast as you can. But not everybody has to have a brand new video all the time. And as it is, I'm behind with you. You've got, have I not seen? Oh, I've only connected with you with one video for now anyway. So I'm going to grab the latest one that you've done. It's perfect to connect with because it's just under 5 minutes. We're always looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer. And then they've got a lot of shorts on the channel as well. So more lottery ticket scratching. But they let us know on their About page. They're doing some scratch-offs. They're doing mukbangs. They're doing vlogs. I don't know if I'm ever going to pronounce that word right, mukbang, or however we pronounce that, but I'm sure everybody here knows what I'm talking about. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. I'm always behind. It's the most ridiculous thing when I sit here and tell everybody, like, you know, you want to get to a place of putting out a video a week, but I promise you this, and some of you will remember, those of you who are connected to my personal channel, at the beginning of the year, I did not too badly. I started putting up some really lazy stuff afterwards, but I did put up a video a week, and I promise you the whole channel moves. If you've got a couple of videos that are into thousands of views, and you put up a video every week, it's only a matter of time before things are going to start to amaze you. If you look in your analytics, and you go into, if you go into your YouTube studio and go into the analytics, the very first page shows you your top 10 performing videos, and it changes over time. So eventually you're going to have a video that's getting 1,000 views a month, right? And for some people, I know that's like an amazing goal to think about, but I promise anybody that wants that can have it. You just keep putting out content. Every one of us gets there eventually. Then you start seeing that like all 10 of your videos have or 8 of them have 1,000 views a month, and then you're like, oh, I want 2 more, and it's motivating in that way. When you start seeing numbers that are already amazing you want a little bit more of that, right? And it's not greed, it's just excitement, and I promise you it's very easy, because some of you know that I run other channels for other creators. I have run more channels for more creators. Now I run a few channels for one creator. But I let a few of them go because I wanted only to run channels for people who want to be involved, not to just get me to do it. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's fine to get paid to run a channel if somebody wants to. Crystal Sparkle's coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on. And my dear friend, Social Media Grow Show's in the house. Some of you remember Commander Vlogs. He's actually been with us from the beginning, and I've built quite a friendship with that creator in the background. We've spoken many, many, many times. Yeah, don't worry about the membership. Social Media Grow Show memberships and super chats and things like that, of course, are always unnecessary. Very much appreciated when they happen, but I'm gonna get your channel onto the screen today anyway. Oh yeah, Social Media Grow Show. Sometimes things can be tough. We all got to watch our credit cards and stuff too. A friend of mine pointed out something the other day that should go without saying, but I haven't used Apple Pay yet. I'm about to. Most of you know, like, I'm on a Mac. You could see that on the screen. I use an iPhone as my main phone and things like that. But I haven't used Apple Pay, but I intend to. And I do use Google Pay and especially PayPal. I've been in PayPal for like ever, right? And what I love about those things is that your credit card's not actually getting to the companies, right? So it can't be stolen, right? I mean, hopefully PayPal doesn't get hacked, and hopefully Apple Pay doesn't get hacked, but they're the least likely that that's going to happen, right? So it's like masking your credit card and preventing theft in a roundabout sort of way. The other thing that I love, and I'm sure you could do it with Google and Apple, but PayPal you could do it for sure. If you sign up for a service, like let's say Netflix, and you decide to pay for it with PayPal, or like for instance YouTube Premium and stuff like that, if you want to cancel, you can cancel in PayPal, and they don't get to continue charging you. Because some of you know what it's like, especially with like insurance companies or credit card companies, when you want to try to cancel something or close something down. Like cell phone companies have retention departments, people who are specially trained to keep you there and get you spending more money. So these are just ideas. We have to be careful about that stuff. Butler Family Farm, thank you so much. We're going to wrap it up in another moment. And then, thank you, Social Media Grow Show. He drops a lot of super chats just to get his name on the screen at the bottom there. But that's all fun, but unnecessary always. So Crystal Sparkles up on the screen. This is a channel I'm still getting to know, but she's with us they're with us frequently, and 1,200 subscribers on the channel. I'm just looking at the latest couple of videos. The latest one is quite lengthy, which is great because you'll get a full watch hour out of that one. And then lots of live events. It looks like they're taking us to more often than anything else. And I think they were talking about one here in the chat earlier. And then shorts on the channel as well. 2,700, 3,300, and one at 17,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So I haven't caught you for a live stream, I don't think, yet at all. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. It's been a few weeks, but we'll see if they're going to do another one. Usually for special events, people will reach out to me, but anybody can reach out anytime. If I can be in a live stream, I'll get in there. But I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. Gloria's Platter is a longtime dear friend. I think she's been with us for about 4 years as well. She has delicious looking content on her channel. She's expanded over the last year or two. Now at 7,000 subscribers. She's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I'm just going to grab her latest video talking about hamburgers. This is perfect. I'm always happy to see traditional classic hamburger recipe to see how different people are doing this. And then Gloria's Platter will teach us how to make a lot of different types of things. She does an excellent job with some of the things we all should be doing, like enticing comments in her videos by giving people something to answer or something to talk about. Her live streams are extremely thoughtful, where she puts, it's been a while since she's done them, but she puts a lot of consideration into the prep. So she shows us the full process, but she's ready to go from the start. So the whole live stream, is content as opposed to any filler, right? And then shorts on the channel have gotten into 16,000, 18,000, 23,000, which is great to see as well. More delicious content here, and then a little bit of variety. She gave us my first look at an Amazon grocery store, which is contactless. You don't even have to talk to anybody over there, which is interesting to see. That's the way technology is going now, apparently. And then Unstable TV Shorts is up here right now. You saw a clip from them earlier in the stream. You actually see a clip from them in every stream. I've got 2 different ones that I play regularly. They got 800 subscribers over here, and they're bringing a ton of shorts. Some of these have gotten into 12,000, 15,000, 22,000, and they're very active on Instagram as well. I don't use TikTok as much as everybody might think that I would. Otherwise, I would probably see creators doing a lot of work on TikTok. I imagine that their content would do very well over there also. Unstable TV is Danielle and James, and they've been dear friends for a long time. I think they've been with us for close to 4 years as well. Now, they originally lived in Ireland, but they moved to Australia. We talk about that right at the beginning of their interview, actually. They are one of the creators featured in our new interview series. Like I said, I play the clips all the time, but you can see that when you go into the podcast or playlist. So they got quite a few new videos. I'm just going to grab the latest Macklemore video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list and see what they've got going on there. And I don't know if that's what I think it is. But then you can see that Danielle and James from their thumbnails are a dynamic couple, and I talk about that in the interview as well, and they're always having fun, lots of singing and dancing between these creators. And there's the microphone. I think that this is the microphone that they pass around. Watching the interview is so important for everybody, in my opinion. It's not just the information, because these creators truly speak from their heart. There are little tips and tricks in there, but they gave us some really, every interview turned out better than I thought they were going to when I wanted to start these things. But they gave us some incredible information, and it was a lot of fun as well. But they talk about that microphone that they're passing back and forth there. It's nice to talk about the tools. So look at this. One of their shorts has got 315,000 over here. They just started putting these back up on this channel because they split them off to that Unstable TV Shorts channel. You can see they're getting close to 30,000 subscribers. Might be interesting to know, a long time ago, a couple of years ago, you had to have 30,000 subscribers before you could get memberships. And I was amazed when YouTube opened that up for everybody. I was like, wow, I'm surprised they didn't lock that at 10,000 or something. And then Social Media Grow Show is coming up right now. Did you say you're expecting to be live right now, or did you mean you just finished? We'll see in a second here. Okay, so he's got one coming up tomorrow. I think he goes live every day, but it's pretty close to it. Now, Commander Vlogs is the creator behind this channel, and I'll show you his original channel in a quick second here. He's got 2,000 subscribers and is monetized, of course. This is the same idea as what we're doing here. Hello, little Lego. Good to see you in the chat. When we talk about the idea of connecting with other creators, it's not that there's a right way or wrong way to connect. We always do the same thing here in Superchat that we've been doing for years. But Social Media Grow Show has been at this for as long as we have, maybe longer, as a matter of fact. And you'll notice that my screen is actually inspired by the way he lays his out. But if you head into the channel, there's a couple videos there. There's a few shorts that bring variety. He's gotten into 12,000 and 19,000 views over here. But the live streams happen, I think, daily. And you see that, yeah, he just finished. I didn't realize he was on. And then when we look at Commander Vlogs, we see this creator's original channel. And he's now at 41,000 subscribers. And you see that his videos feature pure variety. He could be unboxing, he could be doing a workout, he could be taking us out on an adventure. He's got shorts over here as well. These have gotten into, I didn't realize he had one over almost at 3.5 million views. He's got a few in the 300 and 400,000, and then one at 3.4 million, which is fantastic. Then live streams on the channel as well. So he's done the Social Media Grow Show for a while now, but he's been doing these kinds of streams for years. So this is where he gives us a behind the scenes look at what he's doing. I'm probably going to steal that idea and do a behind the scenes from Superchat as well. People have been asking for that for a long time. And then if we dig through the channel, we'll find some video gameplay and a few other things as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Commander Vlogs and the Social Media Grow Show. And we were going to wrap it up. And forgive me, Pete, and our moderators, but we'll put Little Lego's channel up on the screen as well. This is the fastest they've probably ever gotten on the screen in a stream, because we're just finishing up. So thank you everybody for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for 3 hours every time we stream. I appreciate our friends in the background who watch as well, and I know we've always got a few friends back there. And we expect to be back Wednesday 4 p.m. Eastern, and then Friday 1 p.m. Eastern. I'll try to keep those together if we can. And we'll carry on from there. Thank you to our moderators, Makeup Mom and Son, Scratch and Pete PA, and a few others were in here. Michael's Adventures and Corinne were here earlier also. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody. And thank you everyone for all the time that you spend. You know that I give a lot of credit to our moderators, but these streams couldn't be what they are without our dear friends who are here to support regularly, and especially over all these years. So Little Lego started with Lego, and they do a bit of live streaming now as well. They do an interesting thing where they stream from 2 different channels. So they'll do a vertical stream on this channel, and then they'll do a horizontal live stream on their Little Lego Yarn Dude channel. There's a bit of a mix there in content. So hopefully everybody will connect with Little Lego. They're here with us just about every day as well. And then thanks everyone for giving my quick exit, but we'll see everybody again soon. Good night, everyone.